We are back in the Balkans, more precisely Kosovo. We have arrived in the nation's capital, Pristina. On this quaint little hillside park up here. Beautiful views overlooking the city. A monument of sorts up here. Looks a bit dilapidated. Might need a bit of a touch-up. Let's head on down the hill. See what this city and country has to offer. There's a lot of love for the U.S. here in Kosovo. You see a lot of flags and influences all around the city. And here we have the most famous sign of that, the Bill Clinton statue right in this intersection. A sign of gratitude for the role that the U.S. and NATO forces played in finally forcing an end to the Kosovo War here in 1999. And even Hillary has received a friendly nod here in Pristina. Some other notable foreigners with their own street names here. George Bush. And the English poet Lord Byron, known as Lord Byroni here. Very pleasant little downtown here in Pristina. It's got a nice blend of old and new architecture. Up ahead is one of the more famous landmarks, the National Library of Kosovo. It was opened in 1982, quite a striking and unique aesthetic, has a commanding presence here in the Central Park. And right next to the park, we have another architectural curiosity. Prime real estate right on the main drag next to George Bush Street, the seemingly misnamed Grand Hotel Prishtina. Opened in 1978, this was the first five-star hotel in Kosovo, at the time an autonomous province of Serbia within Yugoslavia. The Yugoslav leader Marshal Tito even stayed here shortly before his death and had a suite named after him on the 4th floor. So this would have been the hottest ticket in town. Leading up to and during the Kosovo Wars in the late 90s, the hotel instead had a rotating clientele of Serbian paramilitaries, Albanian separatist militias, NATO forces, journalists, and aid workers. Since then, it has fallen victim to failed privatization efforts and lengthy legal battles. Today, it's a bit of a sore thumb. A handful of rooms are still being used. It's pretty hard to find any booking info. Quite a strange atmosphere in there. The staff was not too accommodating, but very clear on that filming was not allowed. Looks like some of the facilities have been converted into an MMA gym. Oh well. Nice little walk in the morning traffic here. Gonna catch a train. We're heading west. Just arrived at the main train station here in town. Quite the dividing line here. Contrast between the old Pristina and the new city that's being built here with all the high rises. Alright, enough social commentary. Let's go and check out the station. Quite rustic. Here we have the timetable, pretty simple. So we're in Pristina, we're heading all the way to the end station, Peja, down there. So roughly 2-hour ride. And you can see the only other line is the one going the other direction. So this should be the only passenger train line in this country. What we have here. Nice promotional photo, and we got cinema seating down here. Here she is, the morning train, and today's only departure out of Pristina Central Station, taking us west towards the Montenegro border. Not uncommon in this region, the rolling stock is mainly made up of European hand-me-downs. Today's car is courtesy of the Federal Republic of Germany. German maps, police notices, and award-winning German design. This train has definitely seen better days. Seats without a shattered window are reserved strictly for the local elites. All along the track you see the small fortress-like station buildings. The railway was heavily targeted and destroyed in the fighting during the Kosovo War. Unfortunately, many of them have since been neglected and still stand as bombed-out ruins. We have arrived in Peja in western Kosovo. Straight onto Bill Clinton Street. Off to a good start. Peja is nestled at the foot of the ominously named Accursed Mountains, also known as the Albanian Alps. That proximity to the Albanian border meant that it became an important target during the Kosovo War in the late 90s. A large part of the city was destroyed. And there are still ongoing efforts to remove the vast amounts of unexploded cluster bombs and landmines from the surrounding hills. I believe they're trying to promote the city as a hiking destination and nature tourism, so understandably that would be a cause for concern. There's definitely not a lack of them, but here's another ode to the friendship between Kosovo and the United States. We got the Twin Towers. Never forget, presumably a piece of the tower right here. town square here, admiring the architecture of different eras. We have that absolute Yugoslav gem, the Bank of Kosovo building. And up here, the beer sign, Laško. Not familiar with that one, so I just had to look it up. Laško is the largest brewery in Slovenia. The brewery was founded in 1825 by Franz Geyer, a mead producer and gingerbread baker, undertaker, candlestick maker. Sounds like the Willy Wonka of Slovenia. Through the back alley here to get a closer look of this bank building. Look at this behemoth. Right here in the middle of the city. Looks pretty dead. There's an open window there, but I doubt there's any action. But there's a bar right down here. We'll have to save Laško for another time. When in Peja, you gotta stick with the locally brewed namesake. Oh boys. Evening in Peja, wind has picked up, started to drizzle a bit. Beers have been consumed. It's time for a bite to eat. So we can find some fast food. No McDonald's in Kosovo, unfortunately. Imagine that. But I did walk past a McDonald, so let's see what that is all about. This one looks very closed, unfortunately. Barber shop out the back. Oh well. Evening walk through the famous Peja Bazaar. Would assume that these are rebuilt. I don't know how old they are, but job well done. Looks pretty authentic. Got shoes, Albania merch, Dua Lipa gold. Very cool little meeting place here in the center of town, harkening back to the Ottoman roots of this part of the country. The mosque in the middle and the mountains in the back there. No Maggie D's this time, but I found a bit more of an elevated culinary experience here. One of the taller buildings in the city. Just look at that vantage point. Very impressive views here in western Kosovo. Peja by night. A bit eerie here at the bus station. I doubt you can make it out, but you have the dark outline of the mountains up there. Prime Yugoslav architecture. It's got some patina to it for sure. catch a night bus to our next destination. It'll be very pleasant, I'm sure. The Balkan excursion continues.
Song I used to sing in the orphanage when I'd get sad. It always cheered me up. Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow.